everybody. Checking all our stuff. Let's get some music playing. Welcome to our Saturday stream. Hello, all of you who are joining us. Hello, welcome. Hello. We got a fun stream today. We're going to give it a couple minutes like we usually do. We got 6 people watching, hanging out with us, getting ready to get dressed. Hello. Hi, Virtual Pancakes. Today we are looking at the new Unreal plugin. We talked about it last week. We get to actually see it and play with it today. We've had beta testers in it all week. We're going to open it up to an open beta on Monday. I got to double check my calendar here. Let's see here. I am 99% positive. I talked about it just like an hour ago. Now it's slipping my mind. Yep, beta for everyone starts Monday and it ends August 1st. So if you want to get in, if you want to play with it, keep an eye out on the Discord. I'll drop a link in the chat here in a second because I'm going to repeat all of this as we wait for more people to join us. Oops, where's my invite? Oh, there it is. All right, I'll drop it here in the chat. There's our Discord. We got a couple more people. We're just giving it like one more minute. Let people get on. Let people see. I forgot to message on Discord. I'm so excited to show you guys all this Unreal. I sent the get ready in 5 minutes. Everyone, we are live. And copy and paste that link. Boom. Like I said, give about one more minute. Let people jump in. Let people join us. Is the plugin going to switch the clothes to metahuman clothing assets or just skeletal meshes? I believe it's skeletal meshes. It's going to do all that stuff for us. I don't know the exact behind the scenes. We'll see if one of our MetaTailor devs is hanging out with us to give us the exact answer. But I believe it's going to be skeletal meshes. I've been playing with it for the last couple of days. I copy and paste it to get their attention. Send it over to my secret dev chat. We'll see it in action. Maybe it'll answer it for us, but I'm pretty sure it's just skeleton meshes. Is this the runtime plugin that got teased last year? Have I been here for a year? I don't think I was here last year. This is the plugin I've been teasing the last couple of streams. This is the plugin we talked about. We've been teasing it since, I want to say, the Glove update. At least that's when I learned about it. I knew it was going to be the Glove update and then the Unreal update. And we snuck in a couple other ones in between those as we were working on this Unreal plugin. So that's the update I know. I don't know, Mike. If you've been around for a year, you've been around for longer than I have. I think I'm coming up on a year. I'd have to check my calendar. I've almost been here for a year. It's been a lot of fun hanging out with you guys. All right, it's been enough time. Enough babbling. Hi, everybody, and welcome back. Welcome to our official stream. Let's cut the sound down a little bit so I can do my intro. Hello. Welcome to the MetaTailor live stream. We've been running this every other week over the summer. Usually over the fall, winter, we run it every week, especially around these plugins. So maybe we'll have one next week as well. We'll see how our schedule is. But otherwise, welcome. Today we are looking at the Unreal Engine plugin that we have been teasing for the last couple of weeks that we've been showing you videos of. We looked at videos of it last week. Last week, we showed you the hard version of doing this. So if you're interested in what this was like before, or if you don't have access to the plugin yet, you can still do everything we're doing. There's just a couple extra steps. And we tackled that on not last week's, 2 weeks ago's stream. It feels like last week to me. I only exist in the realm of this camera. So if you're interested in that, take a look at that. It is still possible. You can do it without the plugin, but the plugin is going to be open beta, open access for everybody on Monday. And then that open beta ends on August 1st. So if you want to get in, if you want to get your hands on it, if you're not one of our early testers, if you've not been one of our early testers who've been testing it all week, watch out for it. I dropped a link in the chat for our Discord server, so make sure you join our Discord server to get all the information of how to join that beta, how to get the download, all that other stuff, to try out this version of MetaTailor, to try out this plugin. Beyond that, make sure you're just on our Discord channel. Our Discord channel is absolutely fantastic. We've got an amazing support system. We've got an amazing community that's there to answer your questions, answer anything that comes up as you go along. It's pretty much 24/7. I'm up at weird hours. If I see a question that I can quick answer, I'll throw an answer up at 1, 2 a.m. Central Standard Time, which for some of you is in the afternoon, because I know we got a lot of overseas watchers. So thank you all for joining us. So join that Discord, even if you're not interested in the beta, even if this is something that you're just looking at, just dabbling in, join our Discord. We got a lot of information. We got a lot of great support on there. Beyond that, make sure you like and subscribe to see more videos like this one. We announce all these videos on Discord. Sometimes we have secret streams on Discord. So if you're interested in a secret stream, like announcing this Unreal plugin or anything like that ahead of time, sometimes we run some secret streams on Discord only for those of you who are our followers. So that's it for all that nonsense. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Let's look at it. So today we're looking at Unreal, we're looking at MetaHuman, and of course, MetaTailor, the main focus of today's stream. So let's go ahead and pull up MetaTailor to start with. Let's look at the MetaTailor build. So once you get into the open beta, once you're in here, it'll look pretty much the same. One of the big differences, though, is there's this new MetaTailor bridge over here. Well, let me zoom in. It will let me zoom in. Look at that, new MetaTailor bridge. So you can click on this bridge, and one of the big things you want to make sure you have is you want to make sure Bridge for Unreal is turned on. Silence, Character Creator 4, we're done with you. We did all your streams. Character Creator 4 plugin still strong, still working fantastic. Got an amazing partnership with Reallusion. If you're interested in that, we got YouTube videos and we got past streams covering this. But what we're focusing on today is the Bridge for Unreal, our new plugin right here. So make sure it's turned on. We're going to come back in here and hit Add to Project when we're ready to add that to our project. But I just wanted to show you that it is existing right here in the bridge. For all of this to work, you have to have MetaHuman and Unreal open at the same time. So we're just going to go back to Home, and let's go ahead and minimize this. All right, let's go ahead and start with Unreal. So we're using the new Unreal 5.6. We're using the new MetaHuman creator inside of Unreal Engine 5.6. We're going to take a look at that. We're going to play with it a little bit, walk you through some of those settings, walk you through how to use that. But once again, this is a MetaTailor stream, not a MetaHuman stream. So if you're more interested in that stuff, I'm sure there's other videos out there, just not on our channel. But I'll show you the kind of the basics on how to use it, how to play with it, and get some cool presets in there. The problem is, with those presets, you need to make sure there's one thing turned on. And this is something that stumped me for a couple hours when I first downloaded it. Underneath the 5.6 install plugins, next to launch, you want to hit this arrow and click on Options. It doesn't come set up automatically. So once you set up everything else for 5.6 and everything else for MetaHuman, you want to come in here and make sure the creator core data is turned on. It's an extra 5 gigabytes, because why not? What's an extra 5 gigabytes in 2025? So you want to make sure that is checked. It'll download. Once that is checked, everything will work just fine for you. Now, I don't want to have to hit launch and wait for all this, so I already pretty much have it pulled up and ready to go with our live example. The plugin is Pro only at the moment, so make sure you get that Pro subscription. All right, so we've got our live example. Let's go ahead and open that up. I just did a basic, nothing special, third-person Unreal default preset just to get in there and to play with it. Guys, this plugin is so amazing. It is so fast. It is insanely fast. I don't know if we're going to fill a whole hour of content in this live stream. I'll try. We'll just do it over and over and over again. But the differences between last time we streamed and this stream is light years. It is amazing how awesome this plugin is and how this plugin will revolutionize how you are creating your characters and dressing your characters. All right, so I've got Unreal open. We have to check for our plugins first. Let's check for all of our plugins and make sure they're all ready to go. So I'm just going to go up to Edit, Plugins, and I'm just going to type in here. I'm going to start with MetaHuman. I'm going to just start with the word Meta. There it is, MetaHuman Animator. I want to turn all of these on. It's going to yell at me for the creator because the creator's in beta. That's okay. So it's, hey, you sure you want this? Yes, we want to play with this. And I'll turn on the MetaHuman Live link. All right, that's all ready and set to go. It's going to want to restart. Let's see, did I do the MetaTailor for this one yet? I don't think I did, so we get to do that together. Nope, not yet. So we'll do restart now, and then we'll add the MetaTailor one to it in a second. We could probably do it right now while it's thinking. Go back to our bridge, hit add to project, and you just want to find and locate the project you want the MetaTailor bridge attached to. So locate project. It's going to pull up my documents. I can go to my Unreal projects. There's live example right there. There's live example, the one we're playing with right now. I'll go ahead and hit open. Successfully installed the package. All right, we'll go back to home. Now we're ready to go. You can see my test from earlier. Go on, test. I don't want to get confused. All right, so that is still installing. One last step. So once all that is set up, you've got your core data checked, you've turned your plugins on, we've turned our plugins on in here. We'll go ahead and check for MetaTailor. It should show up now. Should show up. Let's go ahead and close out. Let's try opening it up again. Edit plugins. Installed. There's animation. It should be show under other, but it's not there. So we'll try it one more time. Maybe it didn't like it that I was doing it while it was thinking. Add to project. Locate project. Boom. Open. Successfully installed. Where are you hiding? MetaHuman, motion design. Where are you going? Well, we'll create a MetaHuman and we'll try again in a second. See what's going on with Unreal. All right, so we've got MetaHuman ready to go. Let's create a MetaHuman. So I can start just by right-clicking in my content browser and going to MetaHuman right here. And here's the MetaHuman character creator. It's brand new for MetaHuman. If you haven't seen this before, it's with 5.6. So I'm going to go ahead and do this, and we're going to do our live character. And hit enter. Just naming it something. Open it up. Enable missing. It's going to want to restart again. Because Unreal's fun like that when you start up a new project. I'll restart it later. All right, so here is our brand new MetaHuman creator. You could go in here and you can get super noodly. You can design and pull out the cheeks and the face structure, everything you want, but I'm just gonna hop over to our presets and find these presets. And remember, if you can't see these presets, that's that core data that we checked. That's that very first thing we looked at. Make sure that's checked, and then your presets will show up. So we can come in here and grab one. Last week we played with, I believe it was Bo and Bruce and a couple other characters like that. Let's come down here and let's work with Tuya. We'll do a female character this week. We'll throw it on another male character in a second. So I double clicked on my preset, let it load. Awesome. Now, a couple things you can do. Tuya doesn't have her hair yet. I'm sure it's still loading. It likes to reprocess. There it is. Reprocess all of this grooming and all this stuff every single time you make a change. So some things you can do to speed up your process, some things you can do to kind of not have your computer sound like a jet engine is you can go to your preview, your grooms, and turn that off if you wanted to. They'll still transfer and stuff, or they won't transfer, but they'll still be there when you import your character into Unreal. Outfit clothing, you can also turn that off if you'd like. I'm going to leave it for now because we're not going to be doing that much in here. We're not going to be worried too much about this. So you've got your character right here. We got Tuya. You can take a look at your body. You can change a whole bunch of different parts of your body and anything like that in here. You can change the size of it and all that with all of these sliders, all these plugins, but I don't need that. Head, this is where you can change your groom, your eyebrows, stuff like that. I don't need to change anything in here, so it's fitting the outfit to the body mesh. Aha. So I'm going to start to get choppy here because MetaHuman's using a lot of processing power. tip, you can change your head scale, all of this stuff. You can come in here, you can sculpt the head and pull the face around, mush anything you want to get it to look exactly how you want. But what I'm more interested in is in materials and hair and clothing. In materials, there is a button right here to unchecked show underwear. For some of your outfits, you may not want to show the underwear. This character has this kind of camisole or sports bra kind of top. Some of the male characters have a kind of tank top looking shirt. If you want to get rid of that undershirts because it's affecting your outfit, you can uncheck this button right here. I'm not going to because YouTube gets mad at me. YouTube will be mad if we take off the underwear. So we're going to keep our character a little bit more modestly dressed. And then the last thing to show you before we start assembling this character and getting it ready is how to remove the outfit. They're wearing a whole outfit right now. To get rid of all of this outfit, the shirt and the pants right here, all you have to do is scroll down under hair and what is it, clothing? Is it? Yeah, hair and clothing. And there's this default. You can either double click on this shirt or select this shirt and hit remove. And ta-da! So if you wanted to remove this top underwear, that was under the materials. Because you can see the shoulder straps are a little bit wide. Sometimes it'll show up under some of our outfits, some of our dresses and stuff like that. But there you go. Tuya is ready to go. All right, so then we would go to assemble. To get it into Unreal, to then get it into MetaTailor, you would have to assemble it. And there's a couple steps to watch out for before we go into this. So first, you can see right here under Assembly, it says UE Cinema. That's perfect. That's what we'll be doing. That's the only thing we're going to be doing. If you want to turn this into an FBX for some other DCC, if you want to take this to Marvelous Designer, Maya, ZBrush, something along those lines, you just change this to DCC export. If you're interested in that, we did it in the last stream. This stream, we're going to focus on UE Cinema right here. We can leave everything else here. If you wanted to change the name, you could. We're going to leave everything else the same right here. And it's warning me. It's saying, hey, your character is not rigged. Before we can take it out of this character creator right here, we have to download our textures and we have to rig our character. So I'm going to go to download texture source. You can probably do 4K or 8K, but for the sake of brevity and the time it takes us to knock this out, I'm just going to download some 2K textures for this character. It's downloading our source textures for our face and body, and we're just going to give that a second. Unreal, sometimes it takes a moment to get there. And to answer, if you are still around, Faylali, I think it's Faylali, asking about the skeletal meshes, I was correct. I did get an answer on that. Yes, it's going to import the clothing as skeletal meshes. I thought I was correct. I always just want to be 100% correct. All right, so the textures are downloaded. After the textures are downloaded, we can start to create a rig for the character. And this will just take a moment longer, so we can go ahead and hit Create Full Rig. And it's going to rig this character. It's auto-rigging the face, auto-rigging the body, and then it's going to be ready for MetaTailor. While we do that, let's take a look at MetaTailor. Let's kill some of this downtime and take a peek in our wonderful program right here. And we can go home. And we can take a look at one of our past characters and just kind of talk about, for anybody who's new to MetaTailor. And Nancy is one of my favorites. Let's grab Nancy right here. Nancy, we created on a live stream. It is the Demogorgon from Stranger Things, which the new teaser trailer just came out. So probably have to do some more MetaTailor monster, or not MetaTailor, Stranger Things monsters in MetaTailor. And I dressed it in this cool outfit that was stolen from a Sims game. And so we did that all on live stream to talk about some of the awesome abilities of MetaTailor to have different unique shirts all with the same mesh. We've got this wonderful character right here. So what we have is we have the marketplace. That's always what I like to talk about. We have this amazing marketplace. While we wait for Unreal to do things, just some shameless plugging of the amazing program MetaTailor. We're going to be in the marketplace. We're going to find something for our character in a little bit, but our marketplace is an amazing resource to our pro users. If you're a free user, you can see the marketplace, but you don't have access to all of these amazing outfits that are free to our pro users. So you can narrow it down by artist. And so you can see we've got a couple artists here. Javi, Michaela, Sadie has been around since the start. Sadie is an amazing artist. A lot of their stuff is stuff I grab on accident because it's just so cool. We got a couple new ones I have not met or gone through, but you can see there is Creative Commons, and there's also a MetaTailor one. So anything that's Creative Commons or MetaTailor, our pro users get for free, which is the majority of the library. These other artists, like Sadie and all of their amazing pieces, these are users just like you. These are people who are creating outfits in Marvelous Designer, Maya, ZBrush, something along those lines. They're creating it, they're putting it up on the MetaTailor marketplace, and they're selling it. You can buy these outfits for your characters, and Sadie makes a profit. Sadie makes money off of their creations, which is really cool. MetaTailor doesn't make money off of these. These are all from our creators. These are creators who are posting this and putting it up on MetaTailor. So that's an amazing thing. You can be a creator. You can sell your content. Right here, become a seller. Click that button to figure out more about that. But this is all of the stuff Sadie creates. What's also really cool is anything that you are going to buy in the MetaTailor marketplace, you can try on your characters. You can try it on your metahumans. You can try it on your demogorgons and make sure you like the look of it before you buy. I don't think there's any other program out there that lets you try on the assets before buying them. So that's an amazing thing. So you can do that. It just won't let you export it. You can put it on your character. It can sit there, but it won't let you export it out until you finish paying for it. So that's all in our marketplace. But once again, let's take a look at some of our outfits. Anything we see with this little bubble right here or the MetaTailor bubble right here, that is free to our pro users. Ooh, quick scroll. There were some avatars in there we don't want to see. But all this stuff, shirts, boots, pants, all this stuff created by MetaTailor right here, this is available to you as a pro user. So I highly recommend becoming a pro user and getting access to this huge library that's always growing. Every time I open up MetaTailor, there is a new item in the library, a new asset that we just uploaded. So this is always growing. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at that Unreal plugin. Let's see if it's done rigging. Home, go back to design. And get out of Nancy. There we go. Let's see. Video memory has exhausted over budget. Okay, no, it looks like, all right, look, looks like it's done. The asset you're editing is rigged. All right, so let's go back to assembly. Let's click away. Sometimes you got to click back and forth to get back to the assembly. There it is, and let's hit assemble. And another loading bar. Of course, nothing in Unreal can be fast. Everything in Unreal takes a long time, but that's okay because it's going to give us some high quality models. Visual effects quality assets coming soon. That's awesome. That's going to be really cool. Another reason to go pro. You get the awesome marketplace. You get the tools. You get plugins when they come out. You get access to gloves. Gloves is a really cool feature we have. The rigging on the hands, the rigging on the gloves. I've never seen anything like it. It's an amazing, and I just had to rig a character. I just rigged a character for another job. I had to do hands, and I was just thinking the whole time, it's like, I wish I had the ability to do it like we do in MetaTailor. I wish I could just throw the bones on there and not have to sit here joint by joint and build it and orient it and everything else. So gloves, really cool. So join us, Pro. It's a monthly subscription. It's worth it. You get access to so much more. You get a lot of access to stuff and free. You get a limited number of exports. You get a couple other things, but to get unlimited exports, unlimited imports, tools, plugins, stuff like that, Pro is the way to go. I absolutely recommend Pro. Especially if you're going to be using it for more than, like, say, 3 outfits. If you're just dabbling, just having fun, we have the free option for you. But if you plan to use this for a game or anything like that, you got to go Pro. And it's so easy to use. Pro has this idea of, oh, I have to watch a whole bunch of tutorial videos, a whole bunch of stuff. No, it's pretty much the same thing. You just get more stuff. It's such an easy program to use. This is a RAM expensive operation. It makes your webcam work at 5 frames per second. So I should stop moving my head like this. Yes, it is. It is very RAM heavy. And I've got a lot of RAM. I got a big processor. My graphics card's a little long in the tooth. This is a 2080 Ti. Got to upgrade that. So yes. Also, live streaming, high resolution camera, Spotify in the background, Discord running in the background. I'm not doing my computer any favors. And I'm a diehard Chrome user, and we all know Chrome devours RAM. It's working, though. It's going through what it needs to do. And this is with 2K textures. I didn't do 4K. I didn't do 8K textures. This is with 2K textures. When I do it outside the stream, it does go a little bit faster. Once we clear this part, it is available. Yeah, there you go. I was about to say, I know it was a beta, a pseudo-closed beta, but there you go. So you should be able to get access to this on Pro right now. Is it done? Asset you're editing is rigged. Yep, MetaHuman character successfully assembled. Let's get rid out of this character creator. Let everything speed up. Let my computer catch up for a second. All right, so we've created the live character. And you can see that right here. If you need to go back in, if you need to edit it for any reason, it's this little guy right here. You can double click on this and it'll let you edit it. When you're editing the character, I'm not going to do it now. I talked about it last stream. If you want to see it happening, if you were a visual learner, if you want to edit it, you can absolutely edit this character, go back in, change its body shape, change its presets, change anything you want. You just have to de-rig the character and then re-rig the characters. That's why I'm not going to go back in there. We'll let my computer breathe. Now let's go ahead and bring this over to MetaTailor. Let's look at our plugin. Auto-saving out-of-date packages. All right. It took so long. It's auto-saving. Seriously. So close. All right, to get into everything we want to play with, we have to go into our actual blueprint for live character right here. Probably should have named it something else. I always do a double take. Here's our blueprint for our live character. Now we get to cross our fingers and hope our MetaTailor plugin did install properly. So I was not able to find it in my plugin window. All right, I'm not seeing it. There should be two buttons right here. Let's try to install that one more time. Let's go to Window. No, Window, sorry. I was thinking of my plugins, Edit Plugins. MetaTailor. Nope, it's not there. Let's try it one more time. Going back over to MetaTailor. Bridge. Add to project. Locate project. Open. Install the package. Home. Probably faster just to click on this and see if it's there. All right. Team. What's going on? What can we do here to ensure? All right, let's run it again. Let's do a restart. Auto-saved. It always changes live. I did this 4 times, just making sure everything was good to go, working, so I could show you live. And as always, the stream, when we're on camera, Unreal decides to not work. Let's reset it and see what's going on. All right, let's take a look at something. Let's cut the music while it's restarting. Fill some dead space.
So we believe outfitting a single digital avatar should feel as effortless as getting dressed in the morning. It should be fast, intuitive, and frictionless. Since launching MetaTailor, over 70,000 people have joined us. Everyone from students and hobbyists, all the way to major AAA studios. And we've been listening very closely to your feedback. One specific request has come up over and over. So today, I'm excited to finally share it with you. MetaTailor Bridge. MetaTailor Bridge allows you to seamlessly transfer any outfit you've created in MetaTailor to and from your favorite platforms. In one click, you can send and receive avatars from Unity, Unreal, and Character Creator 4. This includes full support for MetaHumans, Character Creator 4 avatars, and any other custom avatar rigs you may be working with. MetaTailor Bridge gives you a true round-trip workflow. You can create outfits in MetaTailor and then send them directly to your target platform. From there, you can seamlessly iterate without having to start over. MetaTailor Bridge illuminates the busy work. You can forget about the hassle of exporting and rehooking everything up in a separate platform. There's no more manual material hookup, no more plugging in all the textures, no more having to retarget to different rigs inside of Unreal Engine. Everything just works seamlessly with MetaTailor.
Here I thought it had gone over, but no, Unreal had taken over. We'll watch this again if it doesn't work. I'll let it keep playing.
MetaTailor Bridge preserves all of the bones, blend shapes, and materials applied inside of MetaTailor, and in the future we also hope to support physics transfer and collision meshes as well. MetaTailor Bridge will rapidly simplify your character creation pipeline. It works great for accelerating prototyping, as well as quickly iterating through character design. What's most exciting is that MetaTailor Bridge will be included at no additional charge to pro users. So thank you for checking out our update today. We're really excited to launch this in the summer and get it in your hands, and we can't wait to see what you create with it.
All right, let's go ahead and give it another shot here. All right, so let's check our plugins. See if it just needed that reset. Sorry about the... There it is, MetaTailor Bridge. So it just needed a reset. It's working. So you just need to check your plugins. It should show up in there. Now it'll work. We're golden. We're back on. There we go. So let's go ahead and open up our blueprint. Go to our viewport, and you can see right there, there's send to MT, there's receive from MT. So we've got this character right now, ready to go. We've got MetaTailor open in the background, so all we have to do is hit send to MT. That's it. All this work, all this buildup is Unreal. Failed to send to MetaTailor and found not found, could not find documents, Unreal, live example, intermediate MetaTailor, export, all that FBX. Let's see. Is it because I didn't have body selected? There it is, listing for MT, and I probably should have clicked on root, but let's go ahead and take a look. Go back to MetaTailor. All right, so once you hit send to MT, the big thing you can look for is in the bottom right, my head might have been in the way, it says listening to MetaTailor. That means the plugin is working properly. It opens up in MetaTailor, it asks you to create a new character. Let's see if I did it right. Forget this character's name, so we're just gonna call it live character. Confirm. There it is. Amazing. One click, just make sure you have the actual body or the root selected to send it over. I didn't have anything selected. It sends it over. Not only that, but it textured the character. It did all of that extra work, and that's super helpful because all of these materials will be really hard to go in there and get the color, normal, roughness all added to that. So it's all ready to go on our character right here. Call it our live care. All right, let's go ahead and hit next step. And now we're back into our regular MetaTailor build, regular avatar importation. It opens up our mesh extractor. If we had clothes, we could take those clothes and export them out, extract them out into their own files, but this has no clothes, so we can skip this step. And then that's our landmarks. Our landmarks are pretty much perfect. Every time we bring a metahuman in through this bridge, the one thing that kind of gets moved around a little bit is the nose tip, because every nose is different on all these characters, slightly off. So you just got to get that nose back in place. Otherwise, all these other landmarks should be perfect. You can go around and double check them, but really it's just that nose tip is the only one you have to pay attention for. All right, I'll go down and hit next step. And now it's going to bring it into MetaTailor. And then we just get it dressed. We go through all the regular steps that we normally do. We can come down, fine, let's go to our outfits. Cheerleading outfit's a cool one. Let's find another one. Let's do our Wasteland Warrior. Let's apply that. Let MetaTailor do its tailoring. While it does that, we can take a look at our character. It's going to bring it into here, and here's that listening for empty. Let's move my head out of the way a little bit. Here's that listening for empty that I was talking about. This is telling us that that plugin is working. It's letting us go back and forth with just a simple click. So when you're sending this, make sure you've got body or root selected before you hit send to empty. I just had nothing selected, so it's like, hey, you didn't tell us what to select. So just make sure you have that ready to go. All right, are we dressed? That's Unreal. Go to MetaTailor. We're dressed. Look at that. Perfectly fit, perfectly tailored. Maybe a little hiccup here. We could take our tool. Let's see, just on the back there. The front looks really good, but if we wanted to, we could add a little thickness to this. Bring that out a little bit. That's good for the majority of it. Still just a little bump in the outfit right there. And that's because she's got the top. Like if we remove that top, that probably wouldn't be as much of an issue. But what we can also do is we can do our push-pull. Just kind of pull. Ooh, that's new on the tool. Look at that. It shows you the verts. How cool is that? That was not there the last time we played with it. Let's try it again. Let's go layered this time. Layered sometimes give you the better view of it. Yeah, you see that. So let's go ahead and change our radius. Kind of. There we go. Strength. It looks like there's not really a vert in there. That's probably the issue. Ooh, wow. That's it. Reset. So this is really neat because it shows you these verts here. And it's showing me that there is not a vert there, and that's why with this mesh, there it goes, just a little bit bigger, I think is what we needed. With this mesh specifically, that's why there's that little hiccup there. It's a really interesting tool. I really like that. I could play with that all day, but that's not what we're doing. All right, character's dressed, character's ready. Let's send it back over. Oh, there's a little bit in the pants there. Let's add some thickness to our pants. There we go. And everything redraw. All right. So, character's dressed, character's ready. We can go into our marketplace, we can grab whatever we want, but we've got this Wasteland Warrior. Now all I have to do is go to export. We know it said it was listening down below. We don't have to jump back and double check it. So now let's go ahead and send our outfit to Unreal. Vert fall off with sculpting, really cool. All right, sent it over. It's done. Let's look. Did it work? File material name clash. All right, cool. It's clear. Did it show us our outfit? There it is. It showed us our outfit. Oops. There we go. All ready to go on our character. I can close out. Grab our blueprint for our character and throw it in engine, dressed, and ready to go. So overall, look how simple that was. Oh, there it goes. Look how simple getting that character dressed was. It took us 30 minutes to load the plugins and create the character. It took us 2 minutes to send it back and forth and get it dressed. Oops, wrong one. Where's our character? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Let's throw a different outfit on there. Let's change it. Let's go back to our blueprint. It doesn't say listening to MetaTailor anymore, so all we have to do is hit receive from MetaTailor. Now it's listening to MetaTailor again. Go back to MetaTailor. Let's throw a different outfit on there. Let's go ahead. I'm going to play with that peasant drip too much. I like it too much. Let's throw on... I was leaning towards Star-Lord. Let's do Star-Lord. I love Star-Lord. Multi-hour process in this. The whole stream... Last stream, that whole hour was just doing this. The whole hour was just transferring it back and forth. And I did it in 2 minutes. And I'm going to do it again. What I'm about to do right now, oops, I have both on there. Let's delete Wasteland Warrior. Only have Star-Lord. What I did in 2 minutes, I'm going to do it again. This would have been a whole nother hour, a whole nother export, a whole nother build. I could just send it over. There she is. She's wearing the Star-Lord outfit. Export. Send outfit to Unreal. Now this is one we pulled off the web. Let's see how well this works. This was pulled off of DeviantArt, the Star-Lord. So let's see. Clear. Close out. Oh, look at that. I forgot to hit all. Where's our character? There she is. Look at that. The hair is still on there. We'd have to get rid of the hair because the other character doesn't have hair, so it's not. And if you wanted to do that, we just delete the hair in here. There it goes. No hair. It still has the Wasteland Warrior skirt on there. There it goes. All right, that one. So, ready to go. Close out of it. And I already updated. Already ready to go. Look at that. That simple. That easy. We now have Star-Lord in our game. Yeah, these assets, these avatars were never designed. Let's go ahead. Let's flip it over. I won't make another character, but I will show you. Well, let's do it. We have 15 minutes. Let's make another character. Let's go home. Don't save because I already have a Star-Lord. Let's delete this one. All right, let's go back to Unreal. Thank you. Let's go back to our content. Let's create another character. MetaHuman character. Call this one larger character. Completely different body shape. That's what we're going for. We'll speed run this. Open it up. What we'll do, let's try to speed this up a little bit. We'll kill some things that might be hurting the RAM. I got something also to show you guys while we wait for some of this stuff. Some other new things coming down the pipeline. While that's loading, let's kill the camera, everybody. Desktop. Speed that up. What else can I get rid of? We can briefly close MetaTailor while we quick get this character rigged. All right, so we got our character. Go to our presets. Let's grab a different preset. This is live character. Why'd you open up live character? I want larger character. Because it was alphabetical. Here we go. Presets. Let's find a character. So we got Bo. I want to find a different one because I think we used Bo a little bit last week. Completely different. We got Isaiah. I think Isaiah is tall. We could use Dominic. I don't think we used Dominic before. Yeah, Dominic, completely different body shape, larger character. If we wanted to, we could even go into the body, lower torso, give him a slightly bigger waist. When you do that, sometimes it does get rid of the mesh or the texture. I kept it. Cool. So and let's give him a little bit more hip to make that look a little bit more natural. There we go. There you go, a little bit bigger character. Looking a little... I didn't nail it properly. I like his little bubble butt. It's a little funny. We got Dominic, completely different character shape. So let's go to our hair. Let's get rid of the outfit and let's do a quick assembly. And while that's assembling, I'll show you guys a couple of new things that are coming down the pipeline. There you go. Remove the shirt. He doesn't have the undershirt, so we don't have to go in and remove the underwear. Let's go and download textures, 2K textures. And you can see everything's going a little bit faster now that I've cleared a lot of the stuff running in the background. Sadly, it's my lovely, gorgeous face, but all right. So one of the things, it's going pretty quick here. Sweet. Let's do a quick rig. Create a full rig. Much faster. It's at 75%. And then when we go to the assembly, we'll jump over and we'll watch the video. Awesome. Thank you guys for answering in the chat. It'll work with any metahuman. It'll work with any 3D character as long as it's rigged. Can they animate in Unreal Engine? Yes, you can animate in Unreal Engine as well as use the MetaTailor physics system to drive the Chaos Cloth system. Can I use custom assets or only Fab Marketplace? You can import any OBJ FBX assets into MetaTailor and have the assets fit any 3D character for any engine. These are some amazing questions, Race Review. Thank you so much for asking these. If you're interested in any of these, please reach out to me on Discord. We did a whole bunch of live streams showing answers to every single one of your questions, and we can definitely send that over to you. So can it work on any character? Absolutely. We saw the Demogorgon. The Demogorgon was pulled as an OBJ off of Sketchfab, and I just rigged it in Mixamo. I use Mixamo's free rigging auto rigging system to rig that character, so you don't even have to be a professional rigger. You just have to throw it into Mixamo and bring it back down. And then as for can you import clothes and assets? Absolutely. I have pulled assets, the Star-Lords from DeviantArt. We've pulled armor sets, different military outfits, different SWAT outfits, different just regular clothing from video games, Sketchfab, Fab, anywhere you can find clothes, anything that's an OBJ or an FBX, you can import those in and get those on your character. It's phenomenal. Can they animate in Unreal? Yep, yes, they can. So that's all. All right, so he's rigged. Let's go ahead and go to assembly and assemble this character. And like I said, while it's assembling, let's take a quick look at a video I've got downloaded to show you something that's coming in the near future. Will you let me navigate to my desktop? I don't know if you will, which is okay because I can get access to it. Oh. There it goes. All right, so while this goes, we have something coming down the pipeline. We have a rigidity brush coming where you can paint thickness on different parts of the mesh. So let's take a look. Apply rigidity. Oh, look at that. So before, when we had pulling, when we have different things like that, let's watch that again. You can see right here, this is how it would go before. The mesh, the axe would be seen as one part of the whole object. The axe would kind of just move with the backpack, which for quick, dirty animations, not a big deal. It worked just fine. But now with applying rigidity, look at this. Watch this transition. The axe is now solid. Just an extra layer of detail, an extra layer of sophisticatedness. Is that a word? Sophistication to your rigs and to your work. All right, so you can see right here, here's a quick image of this exact same thing. So the rigidity brush getting painted on this, and this effort gets you plates that don't deform under animation. Left is with rigidity. Look at that plate, nice and hard. It's supposed to be metal, it's staying rigid. On the right is without it, it was bending. This is what it does now, this is what it does currently. Adding rigidity around the middle right there with that painting, that's going to be amazing, and that's coming down the pipeline. So that's the fun thing I can show you. Open up Unreal. Probably still thinking. Yep, it's still assembling the character. Really cool. I think you're the first ones to see this. I don't know if we've shown this to anybody else yet. So you who are all hanging out with us on our live stream, you get super special exclusive look at the rigidity brush that's coming in. Different levels of thickness on any parts of an outfit. That's amazing. Almost done assembling the character, going much faster. Once it's done, let me go full screen. There it goes. All right, our character's assembled. Our character is ready to go. So this is a bigger character. Sometimes with the bigger characters, some of the outfits have a little bit of trouble, but we're going to find out together. So we've got this wonderful character ready to go. Live stream exclusive. I was right. Nobody else has seen that. Well, there are some cloth that have utility cloth in one Pika, and sometimes the cloth is back poke on cloth after it, so that tool will fix it too. I am sorry, IAN1 YouTube show. I'm not quite sure what you're asking, but we will find out. All right, so we're ready to go. We're going to send this over to MetaTailor. We got to have MetaTailor open. We don't have MetaTailor open. I closed it to make sure everything could run a little bit faster. So let's open up our new version of MetaTailor. Awesome. Reading it out loud, I think I just confused myself. All right, MetaTailor is open. It's ready to go. Back over to Unreal. You autosave at the worst possible times, Unreal. How dare you? It's okay. We're doing a second character. We're doing a whole nother character. We got time because this plugin is so fast. So freaking fast. All right, open up our blueprint. Let's hit send to MetaTailor. I didn't click on it. It's going to yell at me. I got to click on root. I'm so excited. I just want to hit the button. All right, send to MetaTailor. There it is. Go over to MetaTailor. Larger live. Here he comes. Textured. Ready. Next step. Oh, wants us to name it. That's new too. Usually you can get away with like 30 unnamed characters. All right, so like I said, this character's a little bit bigger. It did good with its landmarks though. I'm guessing his butt might peek out a little bit. I'm guessing his stomach might peek out a little bit. Grab the nose, because once again, the nose tip is really the only thing that doesn't land properly. Bring it back over a little bit. Sound effects are all my own. Please don't copy them. I'm just kidding. Next step. All right, let's see about getting him dressed. What is an assembly that I could kind of get away with? The Taekwondo gear is pretty simple. I'm trying to think of something that won't, like something complicated, like the Valkyrie's outfit. That might be a problem. Let's get him in some Taekwondo gear. Simple, easy, good, clean mesh. Let's see how well it does on a larger character. That's looking good. Look at that. Beautiful. Let's send our sensei over. Oh, it's still thinking. Export design. Right voice. Oh, would you let me click on that bar? This is a beta build. This is not our normal MetaTailor build, so I don't know why it's not letting me do that. Let's close it, start it again. We know Taekwondo will work. We just need MetaTailor to work. If you notice, I ran it from this launcher, which is different than our normal MetaTailor launcher. Larger live, he's ready to go. Find our Taekwondo. Apply it. There we go. Export is no longer grayed out. I did see sumo, but I do sumo so much. It's my favorite. Taekwondo, let's go. I like that rhyming. Export. Send outfit to Unreal. Minimize. Open up Unreal. I can see it importing. Boom. Look at that. Look at that character. Oops. Keep on to do. Look at that. Look how well that's holding on. All right, let's open up our blueprint. Let's do sumo. Design. Clear it. Apply sumo. Oh, okay. So yeah. So what I was asking, there are some cloth that have two-piece cloth in one FBX or OBJ file, and it starts with the jacket, for example. So part of the shirt is clipping over the jacket. MetaTailor should be able to fix that. If they are separate, I have to think about the mesh extractor here. If they are separate in, let me get rid of the hair. Well, no, I'll leave the hair. I was thinking he's got hair of his own in Unreal. Let's go ahead and send it over to Unreal. So if they are separate in your DCC, your whatever you're working with for unable to communicate with MetaTailor. Oh, let's double check. Probably because it wasn't listening. Let's make sure it's listening. Try it again. I keep getting distracted. I'm going to answer you IN1 YouTube show in just a moment. There it goes. Successful. Give it a second to load. Just close out of this. There he is. Close out of this. Check our blueprint. There he is. Awesome. 2 characters. I could do another character probably within like 5 minutes if I wanted to. But all right, let's close out of this. Save selected. Open you up. As we close out of our stream here. I'm waiting for Unreal to close, but yeah. So, yep. So looks like they were just partially answering my question as well. IA-N1 YouTube show. So yes, if they are separate in your DCC, as in they're separate meshes, they can even be exported out as the same FBX together. But if they are separate, those verts aren't connected, the mesh extractor can grab each one of those objects and recognize it as its own object and turn that into its own piece of clothing. Even if it's clipping in your DCC, which means your Maya, your 3ds Max, your Blender, your ZBrush. When I say DCC, that's what I mean. So if it's clipping in one of those, MetaTailor can even fix that as long as the polygons are there. As long as that clipping isn't removing any faces, it can recognize that those are 2 separate pieces, bring them in as 2 separate pieces, and layer them on top of each other with the dynamic layering. With that being said, to ensure everything works better, or if you don't have a character underneath it for the mesh extractor works fantastic for that. You can go in and edit those a little bit in your DCC. You can take away that clipping and then export those out as individual FBXs and still import those in without the mesh extractor. But if you've got the ability to use that mesh extractor, that's going to be the best bet for you. And we've got YouTube live streams. We've got videos on both of those on how to use the mesh extractor or how to just import clothing. I'm going to pull up a quick clothing. Let's see. I should have one that would have clipping just to kind of show you what we're talking about here. This Sims outfit right here would be, oh, hey, Void. Hey, Void. You're coming in right at the end, but I recommend rolling in and taking a look, taking a watch. All right, desktop plus me. So right here, this character right here, this dress, it's 2 FBX pieces, and it brought them in. I exported them out as one, connected as one. I thought there were going to be 2, but that's okay. But you can see if there was any clipping, it's been fixed. Let's go ahead and get rid of it on this character. Let's throw a different outfit on there. Our peasant drip, that always has some clipping because it's got the medieval shirt underneath it and the leather coat. But instead, let's go to clothing. Let's go to shirts. I can, oh, the pirate. The pirate had some good potential clipping. So let's throw a pirate outfit on her real quick. Let's take away shirts. Let's do all, and let's look up our pirate. our pirate coat, our pirate pants. So you can see here, these outfits, these items are different sizes. One is larger than the other, but with the dynamic layering in MetaTailor, you choose which one's on top and it avoids that clipping. There's certain brushes and stuff because as you saw with our last character, you might still have some clipping. There might be some issues here and there that still cause an issue. And with that, you can adjust that with the brushes, the thickness, the push and pull. But overall, if you've got a coat over a shirt, MetaTailor will adjust that and make sure that there is no clipping. If you've got pants, you can choose what is up on top of the pants. Let's say I wanted to grab a belt, apply some boots. Oops, make sure you hit it right. Apply the boots. Apply a little bit of like a tailcoat to that coat. All different items right here. With that dynamic layering, you can see this belt is sitting on top. If I put that belt on top, it's going to wrap this coat underneath it to make sure there's no clipping. You can see that this part of the pirate shirt is above the coat right there. Drag that down with dynamic layering, it tucks it in. And it puts the belt right there. If I wanted this belt a little bit more even, I could just drag that down to kind of cover that seam and hit confirm. And watch as MetaTailor fixes all this clipping and rewraps that belt in a better spot. So to answer your question, yes. The hair right now is under the shirt. Just take that hair and put it on top. And it's going to retighten that shirt, bring it closer to the body, put it on top of the coat. And there you go. We got a female pirate. We got a boot right here. Come on down here. We got the pants tucked into the boot. That's what we wanted. Let's say we wanted to look a little bit different. We want the pants to go over the boot. There you go. Pants are sitting over the boot. But that's unrealistic. Pirates would have tucked their pants into their boot. So you can go right there. I can mirror that boot over. The shirt feels a little too loose. If I wanted to, I can go in here and shrink wrap it and pull it tighter to our body. Because this shirt was built for a man with a larger chest, larger pectorals. So you can see I can shrink wrap that shirt. It fits our female character a little bit better. I can do the same with the coat. I can shrink wrap the whole coat as a whole to work against those clipping and stuff like that. But if I don't like the look of that, if I want to keep different parts of it less shrink wrapped, I have a shrink wrap brush right here. So hopefully that answers all your questions. All the amazing features of MetaTailor to get that in here. And technically, this was a metahuman character, so if I loaded this metahuman character, FBBB3000B-AFE3-441D-8021-80F9799AA0FF, if I loaded that character into Unreal, I could send this outfit over with our amazing, beautiful plugin. All right. Rapid film production. That's all so cool. Hit void. Thank you all for hanging out with us tonight. Thank you all for experiencing the Unreal Engine plugin through MetaTailor. As you can see, the majority of the plugin, the majority of the setup is the setup. Everything you're building in Unreal Engine. MetaHuman and Unreal Engine took 100 times longer than the actual MetaTailor plugin did. So make sure you get all that set up. Make sure everything's ready to go. Grab your MetaHumans, get them in there, apply that plugin, and bounce back and forth. Start building those outfits and watch. Join us on our Discord channel. Follow, like, subscribe. Make sure you're following all our live videos to see more updates like this one. You guys got some exclusive content. You got to see the rigidity brush, which nobody has seen before. It was live on this stream. We announced that is coming up. That's a really cool tool. That's going to just, once again, make your projects more sophisticated. It is this extra level of sophistication to MetaTailor that's making these armor pieces, that's making the axe, these accessories more realistic, more lifelike. And every step we go forward, we're just blowing other programs out of the water. There's nothing out there like MetaTailor. There's nothing doing skin weighting or fast skin weighting, taking dumb meshes and turning them into smart meshes like MetaTailor is. It is an amazing tool, and every new update is just making it so much better. This plugin is amazing. It's makes it seamless. You're gonna get characters dressed. You're gonna have whole outfits ready, jumping back and forth, ready to go. So this is an amazing plugin. Once again, beta opens up for everybody on Monday. Right now, pro users have access to it, so keep an eye on that. Join us on our Discord. There's a link right above. I'll quick grab another link, another brand new link right here. Let me go, where is it? So MetaTailor, invite people, copy that link. I'm dropping a link right here in the stream. Join us on our Discord for the announcements for these streams. There might be one next week. We've been doing it every other week, but this is a really cool plugin. I want to push it. So you might see us next week if you want to see this again, see more stuff, play with it some more. Especially then it's going to be open to everybody. And then after that, on top of that, if you want more announcements like our rigidity brush, they're going to be pushed out on Discord. So you want to see that stuff. And then, yeah, like, subscribe, follow along with these videos to see more of me. All right, everybody. Thank you all for hanging out. Go get dressed. I'll see you next time. Bye.